reach up here and grab the least little touch of alizarin crimson, still in the same old brush. And we'll just work a little bit of that in. And we'll sort of let it work down into the yellow. And it'll blend together and makes beautiful, beautiful colors. There. Okay, now, maybe at least a little touch more of that. Okay, good, good. I like that. Now for the very top, I'm going to take alizarin crimson and a little bit of the phthalo blue. And we'll just mix them on the brush because we don't need much. And we'll come right up in here. Maybe we'll put a little more blue. I want that a little more to the bluish side. So you sort of test it, and if it's not exactly what you want, change it, because this is your world. And on this piece of canvas, you can do anything that you want to do. We'll bring it right down to the red and stop. There we are. See, that red acts as a barrier between the yellow and the blue, and that way we don't end up with a bright green sky. Sometimes those bright green skies have a tendency to bother you. All right. That's the fun part of this. Of course, the camera crew here doesn't think so. Now with a clean, dry brush, and be sure it's dry. You want to keep this as dry as possible. I want to just blend all this together, starting in the light area and working outward. There we are. These are the kind of colors that just make you happy. They really make your day better when you have all these beautiful little colors. And you blend this till you can't tell where one color starts and the next color stops. And when you're doing this at home, sort of step back and take a look-see, because it's very difficult if you're standing right up against it to tell if your colors are blended properly. So stand back, get the old glass of iced tea, and just relax for a second and look at it. And if it needs more blending, then go back and blend it a little more. Tell you what, let's have some more fun. We get crazy. I'm going to take a little of the bright red, very small amount, that we don't need much. Just tap a little into the brush. Just a very small amount. Let's go right in here. Let's put a nice warm glow right here at the horizon. Something maybe about like that. Just a little pink. Little pink. And by tapping, we give the indication maybe there's a little cloud-looking thing there. Whatever. And then blend it. Good. And that'll look like a little pink area right at the horizon when we're done. Okay, let's get crazy today. I'm going to make some lavender using some phthalo blue and alizarin crimson, proportionately. Much, much more crimson than blue. Much more crimson than blue. All right, wipe off the knife. Now it's very difficult to tell what color that is because it's going to look black. Put a little white out there and mix it, and you can see what it's going to value down to, or what it's going to look like when you put it up on the canvas. Great. Today, let's use the old fan brush. What the heck? We'll take the fan brush and put just a small amount of color on it because it's very dark. We don't need a lot of color. Just a little. And let's go up in here. And maybe in our world there live some happy little clouds that just float around all day. Just take the corner of the brush and begin creating basic cloud shapes. But don't just throw them in at random. Make a basic shape when you do this. There we are. Something like that. Maybe there's some little stringy ones right down here at the horizon. Little stringy clouds. There. Maybe over here there's one that comes drifting in. Give them a friend here. Just however many you want in your world. Sort of look at it, make a big decision, and decide where you think they should be. Watch here, watch here. I want to show you something. Take your finger. Look here. Take a little white. Let's have a sun up here. Let's have a little sun. I think it would really work nice in this particular painting. And just blend it a little bit. Now let's have a little cloud that lives right here. Right there, just a little floater. There he is. He floats right around the sun here. Really, he has the view of a lifetime right here. Because he can see everything. He's got the best light here. There. Okay, maybe he's got a friend that maybe it floats right around here. I think everything needs a friend. Even an old cloud. Shoot. Gotta give him a friend too. Maybe this one comes right out. It comes right across the sun. But make up little stories about these little clouds and characters and whatever you have in your painting. There. Speaking of little characters, in this series several times I've showed you my little squirrels. I want to show you another one. I'm just going to make a few clouds here while you're looking at these little rascals. But I think you really enjoy them. They're some of my special people. Here's one. He was on my settee one day, and I had some magazines out. And he had to sneak up and look at the magazines. And there's a fox, if you can see it, on the Florida wildlife. And it sort of shook him up. I think he recognized the picture of that fox and knew he was sort of a natural enemy. But he did his little war dance and got out of there. But when squirrels get excited, it's easy to tell because their little tails will just go crazy. I mean, they will do a dance. And that's so cute. There. Isn't he something else? And I have 2 males and 2 females. Shoot, who knows? Maybe pretty soon we'll have some little squirrels if they calm down enough. There we are. And we're still putting in some little clouds here while you're watching the little rascals. All right. Shoot, we're just going cloud crazy here. I tell you what, let's really get crazy. Here's a big one that lives up here. Maybe there's an old big one up here. Still just using the corner of the fan brush. And just let these old clouds float around the sky. Clouds should look very free. But you do need to do a basic cloud shape when you do this. In classes sometimes I see people just bang a shape up there and then they don't understand why it didn't turn into a cloud. You do have to do a basic shape. And we'll just blend it a little bit. I want these clouds to remain quite dark today. So we're not going to do a whole bunch more to them other than blend them, soften the edges, and leave them alone. There. All right, I live in Florida, right outside of Orlando, where Mickey Mouse's house is at. And I'm not far from the ocean. I go down and study the ocean, or that's the excuse I use. Actually, I'm down there sort of playing and enjoying a few rays, but I act like I'm studying it and watch how water works. But if you have time to do that, or if you're close enough to an ocean to do it, it's a super way of learning how to make it all work and come together. If you don't, you can get books, or now they have videotapes that you can sit and study. You can see exactly how that water works, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. There. All right, now all we're going to do today is just blend that a little bit. Just blend it. See there? That easy. Now these little stringy ones, all you have to do is just blend over the top of them. And they work just fantastic. They just sort of drop right in there. All right. And sometimes I like to play a little bit with clouds and maybe have a little projection in one that's, maybe this little projection is coming out a little more. So you can do that just by putting a little change of value in there. All right. Then we'll just blend that a little. It'll help give that illusion that sort of projecting out when it's all done. And if you ever do one you don't like, you just blend it into the other.